Hey y'all, it's Tracy. Let's get started making us some biscuits, salmon, and some grits and eggs. I love breakfast any time of day, and I just eat what I want, so I'll be done with it for the day. All right, so today I wanted some salmon and salmon croquette. And so what I'm going to do today with my flour, I'm going to sift my flour. So I have a sifter, and I'm going to pour my flour in my sifter. Okay? And I want my biscuits. I'm pouring about 2 cups of flour in here, and I'm going to keep a little. But I want to sift this flour. All right, I'm sifting it. It's falling out. If I need more, I can. So basically, I'm just sifting this flour. I don't want to make that many. I don't want to make that many. I just need a little to tighten it up. I'm sift just a little bit more. Just need a little tightening. I'm going to sift this. I got my grits going. And as the water cooks down, I'm turning the temperature down so it don't get crazy. Alright? You put this thing on there. Start popping. It won't pop everywhere. Okay. So, I just sifted my flour. No more flours in there. Okay. To this sifted flour, and your flour is going to look real light. Real light. Okay, that's what I want. Now I'm going to add me some shortening. This right here is considered 1 cup of shortening. All right, y'all remember I tell y'all my hand can't hold a whole cup, so it can only hold half. So a cup of shortening, I only use half. I take it and I'm gonna work it in here, and I'm gonna crumble it up. Now let me tell you what you could do. You can put your flour in the refrigerator and get it cold, and if you're gonna use cold butter or cold shortening, if you want it real flaky, put it in the refrigerator and then grate it like you do butter. All right? Keep it in the refrigerator. Keep the flour cold. Even down to the buttermilk. Don't let nothing get room temperature. And your biscuits will be even more flakier. Okay? Crumble it real good. And right here, I can use some of my seasoning and some cheddar cheese today. So I'm making them a little different. I just got that big bowl so I could show y'all without it spilling. Get it crumbled. And it's going to look like you done used this flour before. Baby, it look like you used it. Y'all want me to pull it down on the flour? Y'all done seen it some more time. This is going to be like cheddar bay biscuits. Hold on, I can't hear it. See? Let me turn these grits off. Okay? So now at this point, I can go in and add my buttermilk. And when I get that going, I add me a little cheese and my little, if I want some seasoning on it. Okay? I'm going to shake my buttermilk up. Put the rest of my shortening up. So you can also buy your shortening like that. Y'all already know to bake a lot. Okay, and I'm just gonna add a little buttermilk in at a time. I know how much, just I can feel it, but I'm gonna add a little in at a time. I'm gonna add just a squishy bit more. Hey y'all. I'm gonna tighten this up, but first I'm gonna add my cheese in here, and I'm gonna add my flavoring, and then I'll tighten it. Then I'll just pinch it off. Okay. So now I need to add me some cheese. Got that all worked in there together. And I got a flavor, I got a seasoning open. I don't want to open another one. My everything green is going in here, right? And then I'm going to take some of this Toby Jack that I just dropped like that. And put some in my hand. And crumble it up. Because it's already have been out and melted a little bit. Okay, just put me a little cheese in my biscuit. We all like a little cheese in our biscuits. The only thing I hate when my other hand is dirty. That's when you become left-handed, right? Thank y'all. Thank you, Miss Diane Walker. Thank y'all so much. I'm going to keep y'all posted. It's going to be Thursday about 5 in the morning. Very early. So I'm putting a little cheese. And now I'm going to put some everything green. But I got to wash my hand to get the everything green. Because I don't want to open up a whole new one if I got one. But everything green is going in here. And we're going to get these biscuits pulled apart. And we're going to make our stuff. So my grits is coming along good. Don't I cook old fashioned? I'm turning into my mama. I scare myself. If I ain't my mama child, I scare myself. Child, I ain't my mama child. Good grandma. I'm a reincarnation. She's still here. I can't stand letting it drop. Oh, I'm my mama all over. Hold on, y'all. I can't stand it. I can't stand the rain. All right, let's get these going. We're going to move kind of quick now. And let me see if I got some of my seasoning over here. We're going to move kind of quick. I think I do. I don't want to open up. You better get them while they last, because I don't know when I will be back making seasonings. I'm not consistent. And I only made so many of these, so you better get them while they last. And baby, when I tell you they good, when I tell you this, God gave me this recipe. I ain't shake it out nothing. You can look at mine. It's not just, it's been made. And it's a work in it. All right? But you got to get it while the getting is good. Don't take a lot of this either. Yeah, they for cakes. They sure are. That's what they there for. Okay, now we're finna tighten the dough. See, one of them is empty. I filled that up. But they don't last long. Some of my cakes take 12 eggs. So, I keep trying to tell y'all, don't worry about my stuff. It'll be gone before you know it. So, alright, so let's get this going. So we done put some cheese. We got some everything in here. And now we're going to tighten this. I'm going to spray this one more time. One more again. One more again for a finger. Then we're going to get started on our next set of stuff. Okay. We're going to tighten up our flour. The grits are going. Put a little baker's joy, because we need a little joy in our life. Loretta Talbot was kicking chicken. We're going to tighten this up with a little flour. Shake a little more flour in here. Let's tighten it up and get the moving. That's all you can do. Tighten it up. Work it in now. We're going to glaze it with some butter. We want to get it tight enough. What are we doing now? Hold on, y'all. Then we're going to pull them apart. All right. I leave a little sticky to mine. You don't have to. Okay. I don't take all the stickiness out my biscuit. You back, okay? I'm gonna put my pat flour. I need to get a little more pat flour actually. Just do it like this. I'm gonna pull these babies apart. And I'm not gonna make my biscuits big. I can probably get a good 12 biscuits out of what I'm about to do. You know why I don't want them real big? Because I don't want to eat a lot of bread. And my husband loves to grab small biscuits. He don't like real big biscuits. Okay? So I got that ready. I'm going to take this off. Get me a little pat flour. And we ready to go. And then we're going to get ready on the next step. On my black, I use black Alaskan. I use a little flour, an egg, and some cornmeal. That's what I use. Yes, I sifted the flour already. I sifted it. This was my sifter. I sifted my flour. Okay? Why? Because I was adding another ingredient in here, too, actually. My seasoning and cheese. So I wanted to make it a little lighter. Okay, hold on 1 second, y'all. Ooh, get good. Tracy got a burp. Tracy got a burp. Like that. Don't take a minute, girl. Put the oven on 450. The longer you cook your bread, the better it stay together. But you can't cook it too long, it'll get tough. But like, I do 450 instead of 500 for me. But if you do 500, it ain't gonna hurt. They gonna get out quicker. But the degree in them is not enough to matter. Okay? So now we're gonna roll these in our hands. She leaves them out for baking purposes. Yeah, I mean, everybody know I do that. I think some people, they know that's why those eggs are out. There's no other reason other than that they would be in the refrigerator. I don't ever put my butter in the refrigerator. Yes, I leave them out to bake. You gonna get a cold egg? If you finna bake the rest of this week, you gonna put your eggs in the refrigerator and they're gonna be gone in the next 2 to 3 days. If it takes 6 eggs to 10 eggs for a cake to 12 eggs, putting them, they just a dozen a piece. They're gonna be done in the next few cakes I make. And I mean, just to have to go take them back out again. I'm finna bake. No, I'm not gonna do that. You understand, I'm sure. But I don't never put my butter up. Okay, so I'm gonna put me some pat flour. All right, I'm gonna put it some on my hand. And these are gonna be small. Put that right there. Just pat your hands real good. All right. My eggs don't last long enough. Take you a little of this and just fold it in your hand. Just roll them small. These are gonna look. They're not gonna be big at all. So, I mean, sometimes I can make my biscuits so small, I can get a whole lot of biscuits. I have too many biscuits. And I might make them smaller than this. I don't know. Because I don't want them too big. And I take them and I do them like that. I pat my hand and I pick up. Yeah, I'm not going to make these big. Because they're going to be like a, I'm going to go fast, y'all. They're really not going to be big. I can't see no comments. My eyes are too far away. I don't know. Especially if you're writing something long, I can't see it. My glass is over there, so you might want to not write it. I'm just letting you know, you can write what you want. I can't see it. It's too far away. Okay, we're going to make a lot of little biscuits. I hope everybody having a good day, because I am. I'm having a good one. My kids are secured at my sister's house. Thank the Lord now that she took them, because my hands were full. I see Deacon Calvin say, "Oh, you? What you talking about, Deacon Calvin?" As they say, "What you talking about, Willis?" And I just work mine like this. I don't like to make no big mess in my kitchen. I don't have time for it. I fold them with my thumb, so I'm kneading them in my hand, and I keep moving. I love you, Eva Gonzalez Sherrod. I love you back. I love everybody. My enemies and my friends. I love everybody. And I won't take it back. And I gotta stand up because I can't see. Hey everybody coming in. Hey new people. Hey, good afternoon. How y'all doing today? I'm gonna make these quick biscuits. Oh, I'm not going to put my eggs up just to take them out. I'm finna bake. I can't see it. Hold on a second. Because I'm going to block if it's confusion. Hold on. I don't know what's going on. Hold on 1 second. I might not either care what's going on. You know what, at this point, I don't care because it's a long conversation going on. And I can't see it. I can't see it. It's none of my business. Okay, Deacon Calvin. I don't know who was Hey, Aisha, just popping in. I love you. I hope we get to talk soon. Whenever you got time, buzz me. I'm going to wait on you because you're busier than I am right now. I got a little freedom, Aisha. Hallelujah. I don't have no children. I don't have nothing. God so good. I don't have no children, Aisha. I don't know how to act. I don't know what to do with myself. I said, I don't know what to do. My children is gone. Get my children out of here. I was free, Aisha. Praise the Lord, I was free. I was no longer bound, no children hanging on me. Oh God, my soul is rested. It's just a blessing. Hallelujah, I'm free. So I'm going to make these little tiny biscuits because my husband don't like them too big anyway. I'm rolling them and kneading them at the same time. Right? I'm dropping them like they're hot because they're going to be hot. Filling in the middle. Keeping them together. It's good to keep family together. Keep these biscuits together. Got them touching and agreeing. I can't see far away. Y'all hold on. Oh, eyes ain't what they used to be. Eyes can't see. You know, because I do computer work. And I used to stay in front of that computer all day. And it messed up my eyes somewhat, they say. Somewhat. Hold on, let me see what y'all saying. Let me bring y'all closer. Because I can't see that far away. I was too far away. I'm almost done. I'm just rolling these out. I'm telling y'all, I have to make some of them a little bigger. All right. I'm almost done. And then we're going to work on the salmon. And then from the salmon, my grits is done. I'm going to do me an egg. And that's it. And I done cut my fruit up for the day. Yeah, no, not this Facebook that messed me up. I have another business. Facebook is a business too, but yeah, no. It's just when you writing contracts and stuff and you work in front of a computer. Oh yeah, let me get this camera off. I seen him. Oh, Deacon Calvin got him. Deacon Calvin got him. Ban. Gotcha. Block. He gone. Scammer gone. My moderators have jobs. Yeah, Facebook just letting all this. Oh, y'all, that is not my group. Y'all go and unfollow that Tracy K. Mitchell. That is not my group. I don't know. Don't y'all be putting y'all information on that. That's not my group. I'm telling y'all right now. I don't have a group on Facebook. I'm too scared they're going to mess with somebody. I don't have no group on Facebook. So whoever these people are creating these groups and stealing my pictures, that's not me. I'm going to put a phone call into Facebook and see why my stuff is in rights management. How are they taking my stuff and using it? I do not know. But when I get through, I bet you some of them finna be gone. Report those pages because they're not me. I don't have a group. Y'all better quit joining stuff because you see somebody's picture. If I do a group, I'll tell you. It's not me. Yeah, I'm gonna tell my sister. I saw a lot of people on there. It's a group, Geraldine Smith. Not the pictures on here. It's a group. You're not following what I'm saying. I'm posting my pictures of my reunion. That ain't no picture of no reunion. That's an old picture they took off of my page. An old picture. So that's not me. But if you want to keep being a part of it, stay on there. It ain't mine. You won't never reach me. Enjoy it. Enjoy yourself. Just a bunch of scammers, and you get on there thinking you're talking. Then they start asking you to inbox them. It's not me or my people. So we won't be responsible for nobody that decides to deal with them because it ain't my page. I'm just telling you, you are free to do and join whatever groups you want to. I don't have any groups on social media. Okay, y'all. How many biscuits did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 biscuits. And some of these are big. I could have made smaller. Okay? So what I'm going to do, there they are. I'm going to put some buttermilk on my hand. Once I do this, I'm going to put some buttermilk on my hand. No, that's not me. I don't have a group with 300 people. I don't have a group with 4K. I don't have a group. Mama's Comfort Cooking, Tracy K. Mitchell, Bible Study, none of us. I don't have no group. That's all I can share with you. You heard it from me. So I'm going to take some buttermilk. You can use water, whatever you got, and just put on the top of it. Get your hands, put it on there, and press it. Yeah. And some content creators do have groups, you know, and they like you to share your stuff in other people's groups. I'm not like that. I feel like a group, especially if it's my group, I don't want nobody else's stuff in there. I'm not giving away no bunch of money because I'm not rich. And if I was going to do that, I already got my own program on my page. And we buy groceries over here. So I'm not giving you no money and I don't know you. I mean, that's common sense too. But, you know, common sense got its place. Okay, here you go. You got all these biscuits. And we're going to put them in the oven on 450. And I got them small. And they're going to cook for about 10 to 12 minutes. Okay? Now, if they're not done, when you look at them, then you don't take them out. Then we're going to brush these in butter and we'll be done. By the time these get ready to come out, we'll be ready to start dropping some of our salmon. I don't like to keep my salmon out too long. So let me go ahead and put these in the oven. It's on 450. I'm going to set the timer. Okay. Next, We finna do some salmon. I said I don't have no groups. I don't have no groups now. It's a difference between a page and a group. Okay, it's not, I don't have any groups. That's why you never get a response from me, because it's not my group. So, salmon for me, I keep my salmon simple. I do some salt and pepper on my salmon. I put a little cornmeal, and I put a little flour. Some people don't use no cornmeal. That's your business. Everybody don't have to cook the same way. I don't put bell pepper, and I don't put onion in mine. You know why? Because when I grew up, my mama didn't. And I like them that way. So, I have some salmon right here. I'm going to bust the egg, one egg. I'm going to use me. I kept the juice. Let me show you. You keep the juice in your salmon. Come on. It's going to make it real moisturized. You know what I'm saying? So there's the juice in there. I kept my juice. I didn't drain it. I'm about sold out, Sherilyn. I'm about sold out of the seasoning. That's what I was telling them. Eddie got to have surgery, and I don't know when I'll be back in there. But I had just a little bit left, and I did a couple of big ones like that. So this is my salmon, okay? And I love Black Alaskan. You use whatever you want. All right? I just put the biscuits in, and those are going to be some garlic cheddar bay biscuits. My grits are on the stove. Now, you do yours the way you want to. For me, as for me in my house, well, you don't have to remove no skin. Really, this ain't like it's, you know, you really don't. By the time you crumble this up, it's going to all be worked together. All right? So, now, I'm not cooking mackerels. I'm cooking salmon. I already got some of the bones out. The skin, this is a canned salmon. When you get through working everything up, just like what you see me doing now, all the juice and everything gonna dissolve. You don't have to take no skin off. It's gonna be cooked. You ain't gonna see it. You don't even have to take the bones off. I did take the bones out of him, but you don't have to. You see how that took up all that juice? It's two different things. And mackerel is like, you know, salmon is white meat. Mackerel is what you would call dark meat. I'm going to put it like that. I put a little flour. I'm going to bust one egg. Mackerel is your dark meat. Salmon is your white. That's how I like to explain it to you. So, one is a little more fishier than the other. But I think, now, if I'm making fresh salmon, yes, I would do a lot to it. But since this is canned, I'm not. And I like Black Alaskan. Okay, I use a little cornmeal for crunch. Just a little cornmeal. Okay. Just a little bit, because you don't want to overweigh it anyway. I start with the flour and the cornmeal and the egg before I put any seasoning. If I do any seasoning, it's salt, pepper, and maybe some salt, pepper, and obey. I don't really put a lot on no canned salmon. I see people go real crazy with stuff, and I think it's just for show. But the way I grew up, we didn't add a heaping of stuff, you know, with our salmon. And then we just kind of scooped them out, not too big. Got them a little tight. And now, I don't know about y'all, but we didn't grow up with 1,000 seasonings. You know, I didn't grow up rich, but, I mean, I knew what onion powder was, minced onions, and garlic, Old Bay, salt, pepper, all these other things, honey. I learned them cheeses I be using. And you don't make these overly tight To each is to own. But the tighter you make them, you want to scoop them and they're going to relax. They're going to take and adhere to what you're doing. But the tighter you make them, the drier they're going to be later. Okay? And like I say, you don't have to use no cornmeal in yours if you don't want it. I do in mine. It just gives it a nice crunch. It gives it a good flaky. It don't make it be mushy. And it keeps the grease. You don't use a lot of grease with salmon. I see some people, oh my God, I'm like, that salmon, this is it now. This is the consistency. That salmon is going to be tight as I don't know what. Now that's how I do mine. Still be loose. Not too tight. I'm not trying to get all my juice out. And I don't want it to taste just like flour. And I'm going to scoop them out. You can make a patty, but my mama always used a fork or a spoon and scooped hers out. I'm not making a salmon croquette. I don't make mine so tight that it's just full of flour. And then I add my little pepper and salt on it. And that's it. You can do red pepper flakes, but I don't. I'm just telling you, you can add onions, you can add bell pepper. You can add, like some people don't put no cornmeal in theirs. I do a little bit in mine. I like the crunch that it gives. Some people make theirs real tight. I see people making them into big old balls. I don't do that. I scoop mine out. And it might look like it's going to spread, but then it just gathers up. So, to each his own on that. To each his own. Well, see, if you put too much flour, it's going to take, but it's going to also could make it taste real flour-like. And I don't. And I keep my seasoning on mine simple, but you don't have to. Now, I grew up where salt and pepper was the staple in the house. To each his own. Again, to each his own. But let me show you something. If I add a little more flour to here, it's only going to, I can't take all my oil out. I can't take all the juice out of him. It's going to be so dry with that biscuit. So let me go ahead and get this grease started. Start your grease ahead. Put your little salt and pepper on them. You can put them now or when you put them in the skillet. It's up to you. Okay, so I'm going to wash my hand real quick, get my grease going. The grits are finished. They just sitting on the stove. I work mine through to make sure I don't feel no more of those hard. No, I don't put crackers in these. No. Yeah, you know, nobody can really tell you how to cook. Nobody can tell you how to cook. But what I do know is if I was adding a whole thing of flour, then you know what I'm going to taste. And it's going to be... No, I'm not making no gravy. No, I'm not making no gravy. Okay, so let me wash my hands. And then we're going to work these up and get the skillet going. But nobody can tell you how to cook. Cook the way you want. How you feel like your taste buds tell you to cook. I'm just here enjoying y'all in the company today. I'll be right back. And it don't take a lot of grease. Yeah, I take the fine bones out, but you don't have to because they're going to be so fine. You can do it however you want. So I don't even like lemon extract. I don't want nobody's stuff with lemon extract. I'm going to be honest. You barely can use it in cake nowadays. I am not putting no lemon extract in no. Now, you can use some real lemon juice. But if you put lemon extract, you're doing too much. That ain't going to work for me. Because it's canned. This ain't fresh salmon. You're not cooking fresh salmon. You're not cooking fresh salmon. You're cooking a can of salmon that costs you $4. I'm not doing all that. If I want fresh salmon patties, then I will take my salmon patties. I will cube my salmon patties. I will work them up. I will put like I cook my regular salmon. But this, baby, it ain't happening. Come on over here. Not tracing. You know, some stuff I keep plain Jane. Please, y'all, quit asking me about these eggs. I really want you to stop because I don't want nobody else to answer about no eggs. If you know I'm a baker and I bake all the time, why you think the eggs are out? I'm not going to keep doing that because I think y'all doing it now to be funny. Get somebody that don't bake to answer those questions too. Because I ain't going to keep on. Y'all act like... No, man. No, I'm not going to do that. You can leave your own eggs out if you don't bake. You can leave eggs out for a few days. Brown eggs, you can leave out a whole week. But I'm not going to keep answering the same question about no eggs that's on the counter. I bake. So, I got to have some eggs. You want a cake without eggs? It can happen. It can happen. Okay, it sounds like my stuff ready. Yeah, I think some people asking the same thing just to be annoying. Jermaine! All right, they looking good. Okay. Well, I think some people, if you know that eggs are to be refrigerated, and if you watch me all the time and you know I bake, then you know I got them eggs out because I'm going to bake. So, that's why I said I'm done answering a lot of questions. My grease is getting hot. It's like these salmon. I wash dishes as I go. Yes, I have a dishwasher. There's some of y'all that don't like to wash y'all dishes. I like to look out my window and wash dishes. Tiffany, if they not respectful, you know what to do. We're not going to play no games over here. And if it's my regulars, try to make them understand not to argue with nobody, don't. You know, if you know that they getting frustrated with somebody, don't block them. But if they some fly-by-nighters, honey, block them and keep moving. Get them their DVD. Because you know what? They mad because I don't want to talk about what they want to talk about. And you know I ain't going to talk about that because I'm done with it. Don't mean that no more. I'm not going to tell you where I live. It's not important. Where do you live at? You want my social security number, my date of birth. You want my sales tax ID, my EIN, my business license. What all y'all need? I'm in the United States. And you know, England is like the United States. You know, so you telling me that you live in England. But what's hard? Like you asking me, I live in the United States. I'm like you. I'm all over the place. And I know y'all do things different in England. Because I watch your baking shows and I love them. Wash the dishes. If you don't like to wash dishes, load your dishwasher. Because if you don't, you'll make a mess in your kitchen. And who gonna be here to help you clean it up? Nobody. You'll be like Keith Sweat. Who gonna clean it for you? Nobody. Nobody. Okay, so we getting the grease hot. Y'all know my girls are gone too. We done got this grease. I'm gonna take it off because I'm still learning my stove. Okay? And I'm gonna scoop me out some of these. And that's how I'm doing it. All right, I'm gonna turn y'all down. What? Central Hell. What y'all talking about? If your house is cool, then they don't have to be refrigerated. Oh yeah. Especially if you finna use them. Especially when you finna use them. The Madre, you better not be doing that. All right, now y'all don't be going back and forth with people y'all know that are not on here like regulars. Why y'all doing that? Oh my goodness, I'm gonna leave y'all to y'all own foolishness, but I ain't got a thing to do with it. I'm setting my camera up. Leave a little moisture in there. Depending on what size you want. So we're going to get them going. You just take a little fork and press down on them. Okay, I got to brown these. And all I do is when they get going good, I just take a fork and press them down a little bit. It's up to you how you want them. You can use a fork or spoon, however you want them, however size you want them. If you want them to be stacked, thick, it's up to you. I can get quite a bit. I can get the rest of them in here and put it like that. I'll make that one big. I don't know to that one. How many you want? So I got 2, 4, 6, 8. My mama said she always made 12 out of a can. Because it was a lot of us. Us's. thing. Give them a little press. All right. And let me check these biscuits. Because I need some butter too. They're almost ready. And they're all ready. All ready. Everything I promised me is already. Well, it all ready, already, everything God promised me, it already. Get ready to take this out. Get over here and check my biscuits. Hold on, y'all. I'm browning them. Oh, Jesus. I'm glad I came back over here. Then I got dark skinned. But they're good. Don't worry, Bronna. I got you. Turn it off. Thank you, Lord. Came back in wet enough time. Alright. Almost didn't make it. Got some dark on it. Darker than I eat. But I eat them. I'm gonna brush some butter on. I done walked away on broil. I'm guilty. I did it. I didn't even mess with them. I walked away on broil, y'all. But they're not burnt, they're just dark. Some of y'all may say that's the way I like mine. They're just a little dark. I normally do mine blondies. But here we go. Come on over. Where the table's free. There they go. Yep, they come out. I put them on broil. But it's okay. They're not burnt. They're just darker. But they're not burnt. Okay. They just got a little dark. But see, I like blonde. I like real light biscuits. But if somebody brought these out in a restaurant, I'd still eat them. Now that one over there got a little too toasty on the end, but the rest of them is good to me. But they good. When I tell you they good, it's hot, so. But that's it, and I had them on broil. I walked away, but I just popped that one out. Okay. Good. Baby, they're good. Oh, I can tell you, they're just darker than I normally do mine, but they're not burnt. They're not burnt at all. You see the bottom? That broil did that. Yeah. No, they're not burnt. I like a light brown biscuit. But, I don't know. Baby. And the flavor in them. They ain't burnt. Just dark on top. Now, I know some people don't like their biscuits light. I use Colby Monterey Jack on them. But these little Papa biscuits is good. All right, let me get this flipped over for y'all. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Janice Martin, she like hers dark. So, I want to say, I'm going to turn these over. Yeah, they good. Yeah, well, give me enough room to turn. I hate when I do that. And I'll flip it again. These are not ready to be flipped yet. And I'm going to turn it up a little bit more. Yeah. Give it a little more heat. But see, I have to be careful. I be down and messed around and ate all my biscuits I can have. It's got cheese and everything in them. To each his own. Now, as you can see, it's just because I broiled them. They're not burned at all. You just can't walk away when you're broiling something. And I was over there trying to put up cheese. I'm going to eat some grits. And I'm going to eat, some grits, my salmon and biscuit, and drink me some water. And that's it. I'm gonna get off in here. I need to go study. I'm gonna sweep my kitchen up, put my stuff up, quit eating this biscuit that I'm trying to hold on to, and when I make them small, I like them that way. I can put anybody one of these out. They're good. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to get off of here so I can have Bible study. But it's because of that everything green and that cheese in here. I sifted this flour so they would be light. These are light biscuits. They're not dense. That's why I sifted the flour, because I knew I was going to be adding cheese and stuff into them. This tastes like Cheddar Bay biscuits that you used to get from Red Lobster. It looks like a roll. Yeah. They good too. He feeling all right. Yeah, I can freeze biscuits. You can send biscuits all day long. All you gotta do is pat a little water on them. Put them in my plate, they'll be done. I put them in some foil in the oven. You ain't gotta do nothing else to no good biscuit. I could ship biscuits all day long. And they ain't gonna go bad either. Cause ain't no egg in them. Okay? I gotta stay away from them. Else I'm not gonna be able to have none with my grits. I just want me some grits. I got some grits over here. You don't always have to have a heaping of food, you know? Sometimes a little is better than nothing. You think about it. Somebody hungry, ain't got no money, give them some grits. They'll thank you later. You don't gotta always have a whole lot of food. You just gotta be able to eat something. Here go my salmon. I mean, that's how I feel. If I got a taste for a bowl of grits, my God, Betty said him. We pray she be removed from that. His kitchen is seasoned with love. I eat eggs and rice with mine too, Charlene. I sure do. I grew up that way. Salmon, rice, biscuits, and eggs. I just haven't been able to hold a lot. So I just eat a little and be thankful for it. Let me tell you, Miss Charlene, your daughter and your granddaughter cannot fix whoever is abusing her. Several things have happened with that. And I'm going to tell you because of the fact that I've worked with people that have been abused. I worked where we had to set them up and we had to put them in safe houses. Sometimes people get so comfortable with the way you treat them and talk to them, they don't even see it as abuse. And I'm not justifying it, y'all. I'm being honest. Some people have been in situations where your mom and daddy call you all kind of names. So when a man call you one, you ain't thinking about that because your daddy done called you a B.I.T. He called you a hoe, you ain't thinking about it because your mama done called you. He go upside your head, she ain't got nowhere to go. I'm cooking them on low, medium heat. Then she gonna stay there because who gonna take her in? Or who gonna take her and her children in? Nobody. You can sing Keith Sweat. Y'all want her to leave, but who she gonna stay with? Nobody. Who gonna help her like him? Nobody. Who wanna be bothered with her kids? Nobody. Who gonna give her a way of escape? Nobody. Can she stay with you? She can't stay with me, Ken and the kids. Soul food. Now, am I telling her to stay? No. But what I'm telling you to do, that's her trash. And it's gonna overflow. And either she gonna take her trash out, or God gonna take that trash out. And if he tagging her, more likely he done tagged them kids. Because them kids gonna get so old, they're gonna want to defend their mother. And that's not gonna end well. Children, domestic violence is not that they always get the blow, but they get the memory. It's not that they always get the blow, but they got to live with the memory of who got the blow. It's not that nobody in their right mind is sitting here saying it's okay for anybody, whether it's a man or females, to put their hands on you. She is only 5. She has type 1 diabetes, and she has already had a heart. So, well, now, Miss Betty, if you got a baby that's 5 years old that's being abused, I don't know why y'all haven't called CPS, DFACS, whatever you want to call the Department of Family and Children Services. Now, that means her mama and her daddy is in trouble. Because if you sitting here telling me a child that's 5 years old with type 1 diabetes is getting abused, they're getting abused by their mother. And if you the grandmother and she done told you and you ain't reported them, then you just as guilty for everything that they do to her. Because you know what's going on. Now, I don't get caught up in people's stuff if I'm not working with you. Because I've worked with people like this. And it's very dangerous to get caught up in domestic stuff. I don't call CPS. Well, I don't never have to call CPS. I never had to call them because CPS was connected to what I did. But they're going to come and they will evaluate everything. And if they, you know, if you telling me, have you told the right people? Coming on here telling me I can pray, but have you told the right people? The mom is in trouble. It just takes longer than I like. If the mom is in trouble, then they would have removed her already. I don't play with CPS. I know that somebody tried to get me, but they didn't know my connection in this county. And when the sheriff did come to my house, the sheriff talked to me privately. And I know who did it. I know who called it on my child. I know who called it when I was on live. But here's the thing. I don't even live in your district. I don't even know where you live. I can't help you. See, this is what people don't understand. The only person that don't have boundaries is the FBI. Everything else have jurisdictional boundaries. I don't have no boundary. I don't live where you live. And CPS is from county to county. So in other words, you could live in Gwinnett County and they can't do nothing with you if they live in Cobb County. It's the county that the child lives in. I mean, yes, we can pray for you, but you need to be notifying the proper authorities what's taking place. Y'all, I buy the prettiest bowls. Look at this bowl. I told the right people, just need prayer. The sad thing is of course she love her mama. You ain't gonna stop that. Yeah, she love her mama. Most people love their abusers. Kids love their parents. Look at my son. The ones that don't raise them, they in love with them. Kids love their parents. And we're not going to pick up a biscuit. A little small one. I say, Lord, bless it and stretch it, and then you eat it like that. But I believe God gonna protect her. Now, I don't have the means to help you, but there is help. And then she has juvenile diabetes. If they show any neglect, that she's not going to her doctor's appointment. Let me give you one more step. If a man or a woman don't come see their kids in 30 days, you can go and file a warrant on them for child abandonment. I don't know that that'll make it any better. I don't live where you live. And then jurisdictions go from county to county, state to state. Number 2, medical records and everything helps to determine if a child with a medical condition. That was my salmon. How we prove cases and what you determine is neglect is a lot of things. I'm just gonna get a little bowl of grits. I gotta go. I need my water. Especially when it comes down to medical. You have a lot of stronger grounds if the child has a medical condition. But now, like I say, we can pray. Yeah, if they involved, did they remove the child? That's the whole question. Did they remove the child from the situation? If they move them, then they're already working on it. I gotta get off of her. With praise God, then she's on the way. She's gonna be all right. And we pray that she got some good foster parents. I'm gonna go clean up my kitchen. We pray she got some good foster parents. I just wanted a little grits, y'all. I only like salt and butter. And I know you love your grandbaby. And I believe they're going to work it out. I believe it. And get parental grandparents' rights. There is a such thing called grandparents' rights. Like if your son is the one if he's on drugs, because if both parents was doing it, but now I'm asking a question. Both parents was doing it. If not, one parent is not eligible because of something going on in their life. Because defects really do want to keep families together. I don't care what y'all say. It's hard to, believe it or not. We have a lot. That's how I got Avery. We have a lot of grandparents that don't want to raise their grandkids. I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know. I've been through the whole system. I know how it works. And everything. Just like some people are going from foster to adoption. Because when it's time to get these kids back, the parents, we go through juvenile court. And the parents still ain't got themselves together for us to return the child to somebody. Eventually, the judge is going to take the rights from both parents. Especially if one on drugs or locked up. And I think I got some people on here that know what I'm talking about. And then you go through it, and they're going to still test that child and find out who the daddy is. Even if they locked up in jail, they gonna serve them that they took their rights away. It don't matter if they're in prison. I'm not gonna tell y'all all my business. That's why I tell y'all all the time, you can't break me. You can't close a door that you didn't open. You can't hurt me because you don't know how I got my kids. But being a foster mama is a beautiful thing if you get with people not doing it for the money. Sometimes they just become wards of the state. And then when that window come open that you can adopt them, it takes a while, but you do it. And I think raising kids are beautiful. It's one of my biggest accomplishments to me. I just put salt and butter on my grits. But I pray that the baby's in a good foster care system, but they gonna check on your baby. Because if your baby is a type 1 diabetic or juvenile diabetic, they gonna make sure that baby get her insulin. Now, if both parents are not ready to receive that baby, what grandparent gonna be ready to receive it? It's not always easy, and you don't always get good caseworkers. And then you got to go by your state guideline. So sometimes y'all blame the caseworker, and we can't do stuff. There's certain protocols we have to do. And if you're a good foster parent, and you're the only mother they know, even when your checks get cut off, they still gonna call you mom. They still want to go out. I don't care if they go off to college, they still want to come back home to you. That's the only home they know. So, with that being said, and I got 4, and I couldn't find a spoon over here, so I used one a to-go spoon. But to each his own. And there's nothing wrong with ever asking for somebody to pray for your situation. I don't take it lightly, and people are tearing up homes, and that homes are not like they used to. Family is not like it used to. But when you see that window of opportunity to get her, if you're healthy enough to get her, then get your grandbaby. If you ain't, then we need to ask God to let a healthy, loving family adopt your grandchild. Now, I was in the probate courts, but then juvenile is where the state stepped in. I worked with people to keep the state from stepping in, so I didn't get income. So, we work to put families back together. Even in juvenile court, anytime you get guardianship of a child, whether it's probate or juvenile, they are going to give you that kid 18 years till they graduate from high school. They're going to give that guardian that amount of time. But within 2 years of that child being taken, if the mother, father, can prove that they have gotten themselves together, they're not homeless. Homeless means they live with somebody else. They got to have their own place. And show that they can provide for that child, we will put that family back together. No, I didn't get no state funds at all. None of mine was wards of the state. No. So, if you can, because mine was ministry, so you can get connected so many ways. So if you get yourself together, they will help you get together. Now, they're not going to release that child to go back into the same situation, and that child going to miss their mom. And she 5. So if their mama don't come back within the next 5 to 10 years, that baby ain't going to halfway know that woman. She gonna love on whoever got her, who feeding her. But as a grandparent, if you sickly and you're not able, then don't do the baby no injustice trying to get the baby just so you can keep it in the family. Give that baby an opportunity to be with a good family that can show it love. So they're not, first of all, defects don't do half of what y'all say. Defects don't put people in this situation. You call defects. They don't call you saying, who can we take, whose child can we take today? Defects don't do that. They come in because you being neglectful. So people get mad and start saying, honey, they don't do nothing. Yes, they do. And sometimes they can't do as much as they want to. And especially if they are aware, but by the time they get to them, you the mama doing this to them. Or you letting your boyfriend do it to them. And that's why so many people going to jail right now. You leaving them children home with men you dating. And them men beating them, abusing them, and raping them. They blaming the mamas now. You better be careful who you give permission to whoop your kids. Oh, it depends on your case. If your daughter, kids got to because she was on drugs and stuff, of course it's going to be mandated drug test. It all depends on what's wrote up in her case file. But now, I'm telling y'all, you can come before the courts if you want to, saying you didn't know that he was going to do that to your daughter. You shouldn't have left him with him. Basically, it's under, that is going to be under neglectful behavior. It's not me. It's not me. That's not my Connie Stewart. That's not me. Connie Coward. Yeah, I don't have no y'all know it's not me. I don't have no groups. So what happens now is neglectful behavior. You went off and went to work, but you left your child with an abusive person that this, that, and the third. And then that man gonna get mad because he know he going to prison. He gonna double back and say you knew he did it. Even though you didn't know that man was beating on your child, but that man don't love you anyway. So the first thing he gonna tell the judge is, she knew. And the judge gonna look at you, how you gonna prove you didn't know? Because you don't know him. So that's neglectful behavior. You left your child with somebody you didn't know. Baby, who's gonna dump these biscuits and wash their thing out, Tracy? No, I don't have no groups. Just pull them apart. I'll wash my teeth. So I just want you to understand, when it comes down to it, there are so many entities that they look at. You know, they're going to ask you questions. They're going to treat you like they're your friend. They're going to say, well, how long you been with him? Well, what was the first signs? Like, you didn't know? Had he ever hit him before? Had he ever got aggressive? Do he get aggressive with you? What kind of temperament did he have? And then here you going to open your mouth and say, can I have some water? You can have some grapes? Well, I met him 2 months ago at Club Shakedown. Continue. And we hit it off. And I let him move in immediately. Yeah, because we was getting along. The next thing is going to be saying, when did you start leaving your kids with him? Oh, like I worked second shift and I told him I had kids. And so he said he'd watch my kids for me. Where's their father? We ain't together no more. He'll dead be dead. He don't give me no child support. I'm listening. My case file gonna say, parent met the dude 1 week ago at a nightclub. Let him move in. 1 week from knowing him, he started watching her children. Parent indicates she saw no aggressive behavior. However, his criminal background record showed that he'd been arrested 4 times for abuse. However, he's had an extensive stay in prison for 3 years for selling drugs. You're gonna be in trouble. Because all we can figure is you didn't take the time to get to know him and you left this man with your children. It's no different than you leaving your children in a hot car. And a car turn off or anything. Your life is going to change. But you can't get mad at defects for doing their job. They come to assess what has happened and get some type of understanding. And they don't stop right there. They have to do extensive research as well. They got to take all this into the court system. They got everything signed off from the police. The judge got to look at their whole case. Judge got to write that out. You can show up to probate court with a family member. And you can say, this is my mom. That's why I know this is my mom. And they're going to say, you giving guardianship to your mama because we're going to remove your kids from you. If you don't have nobody here, case docket number 117235, neglect of a child. Child has broken ribs. Child is dismissed. If your mama don't come with you to court, then they're going to become, they're going to become wards. We're going to take care of them. We're going to put them in group homes if they're too hard to place. If it's emergency overnight, they're going to call somebody from the foster care system and say, look, we got a kid. You got to pick him up tonight at midnight. We just got a call. If your child is under the age of 1 year old, 1 and under, you can drop that child at the fire department so that child, you don't hurt that child or that child don't get hurt. I'm gonna stop because I'm gonna stop. But I already know that your grandbaby that had diabetes didn't have nobody in court to take her. Evidently the mother or the father wasn't capable of keeping her. That's why she has been put in the system. And that's all right, because you might not be health-wise can do it. And some grandparents, they just don't want to start over. Some people don't like raising their own kids, let alone their grandkids. Some children have seen so much they need to be in counseling. There's a system that you have to go through. Sometimes, even with divorce now, when the kids are underage, you have to seek counseling. So they're not there to separate a home. You started it. I mean, I'm just keeping it 100. If defects comes in for whatever reason, and especially if the schools start calling, but if defects comes in and they look over everything and they review everything and they find out that them kids are okay, now they still can open a case on you. They still can be in your business for a year just because they want to watch what was brought to them. Sometimes it ain't even that they found anything in what somebody sent. It's just a simple fact that they feel like they need to watch this case a little closer. Something is off some kind of way. And so they're going to be in your business for a good old year. They want to make sure them kids living with you and you ain't getting all them food stamps and them kids living somewhere else. They want to make sure that them children are You know, so, and see, people that want kids, they can't have them. And people that have kids don't seem like they want them. And then some kids get your kids in trouble because they acting out because of what's going on at home. You got to be careful who you even let hang with your children. And especially, please don't say divorce. Well, divorce is true. If they're underage, they have to attend counseling. Now, I don't know where you live, but here where I live, you got to have counseling for underage children. Because they got to get ready to realize that mom and dad ain't going to be together no more. And that mom and dad are going to live separate lives. I don't know. I can't speak. Every state got their own laws. They have their own governing body. You got your own governor, your own rules, your regulations, and how you look at things. I can only tell you where I live. I don't know. And I can tell you for certainty. What we need is more outlets. We need more outlets for children. We need to bring the church, too, back into the equation. Because there used to be a time, if you went to jail and couldn't nobody else see you, visitation didn't mean nothing. A preacher could get back there and see you. And it used to be a time that they look at churches like they do Catholic or orphanages. They would place a child at that facility, you know. Now, some kids have behavior disorders because they done been through so much. And so it's hard to place them in other people's homes. And sometimes they can't get adopted. They go from foster care system to foster care system, especially if they ain't taking their medicine. And sometimes the parents don't want them back. They waive their rights. Some parents are afraid of their kids, and they should be. Some kids are the ones that's about, you know. Y'all heard about the woman that dropped her kids off? She was in, she went to the fire department to drop all 5 of her kids off. And she said she didn't want to be no mama no more. She said she wanted to live her life, she wanted to go to college, and she wanted to do her music. And that weekend, she dropped them off. She went clubbing. She showed it on Facebook. Now, the fire department can take all her kids because some of them were up to the age of 14 or 15. So they had her follow them over to CPS, or Department of Family and Children Services. She recorded herself turning them in. And she said, I don't want to hurt myself and I don't want to hurt my kids. But if y'all don't get these kids, she said, I never get no break. I never get no help. And she gave them kids up. So, and some kids, it's hard to place them. It's hard to place them. Some of them acting just like who you took them from. Some kids done seen too much. They too grown. Some people got their kids raising their sisters and brothers at the age of 10 and 11, changing diapers and everything. You try to bring that kid into a normal household and you got a normal 10-year-old or 11-year-old. They be done messed up your child. So, then the state hospitals, the state here in the state of Georgia, they closed all their hospitals. They closed all their mental hospitals for adults and teenagers and kids. Kids that's got bad ADHD. See, my daughter's ADHD ain't like that. Avery not violent. She's non-violent. But some ADHD kids can turn a classroom inside out. It takes 10 people to hold them down. Now, here's a great job opportunity if you want it. If you want to turn your house to a safe haven house, I'm going to tell you what they do. I'm just going to tell you. Don't email me. I'm not talking no more about it. I'm going to tell you what they do. Because some parents cannot handle their kids. I know it's not always the parent. I'm going to tell you what we do. You can go and say you want some kids like that. You got to put an escape route, an exit, and an entrance, the front and the back. You got to show an escape route plan, how to get out of there. And you can contact any of these places through the system. Now, it used to be the state hospital. And you type your letter up on letterhead and tell them that you are running a business where you take in. When you get ready for them to come out to see if they're going to let them kids come to you or adults with something wrong, then you got to have each child their own bed, their own dresser. It don't have to be no, a Chester dresser. Chester, not the big long one, but the one that sit up, and a chair. So they got to have a twin or full-size bed in the room, how big the room fit, their own chair, and their own dresser. That gives them their own personal space, okay? That means they can put their own TV up on the dresser. You have to let them know how much you're charging each person. If they want a private room, people charge more, all right? Depending on how big that room is, what you could make. So if you could put 2 people in that room, now depending on what's going on with them. Now you're going to be responsible. You're going to have to come back to the court system. You're going to get guardianship over them through the state. You're going to have to take them to their doctor's appointment. You're going to have to make sure they get their meds. You're going to have to keep a leisure. The ledger, I said leisure, but I meant ledger. The ledger has to have everything. They're going to tell you how much money. They can say this child comes with $3,000 a month. Or this mental patient that's an adult that acts like a child can come with $3,000 a month. Or a woman that's in this program that had a nervous breakdown, but she's drawing her husband's retirement and Social Security. Okay, so just say $3,000, because you get a lot more in Alaska than you get the lower 48. So then after that, you got to tell them how much you're charging each one of those kids or an adult. That you have access to their banking account and everything. They're gonna. Some people go to jail because they're just not trustworthy. But even down to family members, they got a right to come and visit them at your home, depending on their condition. Also, if they're wards of the state will give you a clothing allowance twice a year. A lot of people are doing it because they're making a 3-bedroom house, 2, 4. If you give up your bedroom, that's 6. You do the math. You could get anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 a month per person. People doing it so they can make $15,000 to $20,000 a year. But I know one girl, she take all her patients to the doctors on Wednesday. She bought her 15 passenger. She had to get people to help her. She rented 2 different homes to accommodate them, and she has a house sitter in one. People make good, they make good money. And there are certain places that we outsource these kids to, and these adults now, because the state hospital's closed, that you can get the information if that's what you want to do. But anyway, I just want to, it's just a lot when it comes to how this system works. See, Tangie Watkins says she know people doing it in California. They do it here. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people making, anywhere from $100,000 to $200-something thousand a year taking in patients. Some got the love and patience, some look at the money. They're going to take good care of them. And then on top of that, if you sign up, if you in a system, if you're in foster care, anything, then if they get ready to go out of town and do something and they don't allow them to go with you, then you have to get certain people. They would get them and take them over to the people that are qualified to keep them while you go out of town. And it's called RESPA. I don't know if y'all ever heard of it. It's called RESPA. And it's where we have to get another person that deals with this type of stuff to watch the kids, because I can't take them across the state line. Jacqueline Webb said they do it in New York. I don't worry about people coming after me. If they came after me, I'm protected. I have the police and everything behind me. I don't worry. I don't worry. I really don't. I have been up against. Y'all don't have no idea. Yeah, respite care. How many people get mad at you and want to come after you for taking care of their kids and getting the kids out of situations. This stuff on Facebook, people talking about you got to have tough skin. I got it. I got it. I got it. But it's more than y'all think. And they are not there to tear families apart. Defects did not get called in because you was doing good. They got called in because there was enough evidence that they need to come in and assess what's going on. You send them children to school and they hungry, and them children is smelling, and them children's got lice in their hair, and those children are sleeping in school all day. And I can tell you this much: some of the principals follow your kids home. They get in their vehicles, and your kid is in first grade getting off a school bus by themselves, which the bus drivers now are not supposed to let them out that early. But some kids, we started a program called Backpack Buddies. Once a month, they get to take leftovers and canned goods and stuff home. The backpacks are given out to certain children. They're black. And you don't advertise that the kid is poverty level. They access it from inside the school. They send a letter home to ask, do you want to be a part of the Backpack Buddies? They pick them up and they take them home. They take them home and they return them back on Monday. Pick them up on a Friday, return the backpack back on Monday. They get them on the way out to catch the bus. Because we know some kids may not eat over the weekend. Some kids, the only meals that they have is what they eat at school. And I'm glad that they're getting them meals right back in school again, because the healthy way of eating for a child that ain't getting nothing else to eat later on, the child was suffering. For you to give that child some carrots and celery and bread and fat-free, no, that ain't enough, because they're not going to eat again till that morning. Y'all took biscuits and rolls away. So we have to have substance. The next thing is, right now, we've had a summer program from the time school ended in May. Right after Memorial Day, we start giving out meals. All summer long, your child can get free meals. They get breakfast and they get lunch. And they pack those schools, send those meals out, and they send them out on school buses. Some people have their cars. They tell you the location according to what school you went to. They tell you where to pick those meals up at. Sometimes they send them all to certain churches. It just depends. Your child can eat all summer long. We feed your children all summer long. They get a breakfast. They'll get a Hot Pocket, or they'll get a peanut butter and jelly little thing. They get milk. They get orange juice. They get a bag of chips, and they get stuff like that. Then lunch may be a hamburger, hot dog, chips. They get milk again. They get juice again, and they get something to drink. So, you know, what did you say? They are so faithful in returning that backpack on Monday or the first day of the week, but will forget to bring and turn in their homework. Well, we're not going to judge them, Gwen Burrow. So you're talking against the child. We're not going to do that, because we're starting with the parent. So if the child didn't bring the homework home and then bring it back, we don't know what they went through all weekend. So what we're not going to do is focus on the negative. I'm not, because that's your testimony. And you don't know if all kids are like that or not. That might be only at your school. But if you ain't followed one home, if you ain't seen what they have to go through, or that they may have to raise their brothers and sisters, or it ain't no lights at the house, you know, or that the conditions that they're living in is not favorable, I'm not going that route with you. Everybody always look for a negative. We ain't even talking about that. We're really not. If they don't do their homework, then help them a little bit more in school. There are programs in school. You can aid them. You can even talk to them and find out why you're not turning in your homework. What's going on? Don't blame the child. At the age that they get in these little backpacks, this the mom and daddy. You can't blame the child. We ain't gonna do that. That's why that's what we ain't gonna do. No. It ain't even about homework. See, that lets you know when people really don't care. They look for just a little crack to try to be negative. But they wouldn't feel that way if they had family members involved. Because that didn't even have to be said. Some things just didn't have to be said. She didn't have to even go there. I'm glad they bring them back quick. Thank God we even got it for them to bring back quick. Thank God for the people that find it not robbery in the programs to see that they get it. Because it ain't about homework. They hungry and they may not eat. So if they don't bring it back, if they bring it back quick, they bring it back quick. A lot of people that complain and have something to say, they don't even donate. They don't give. They don't care. Who care about some homework? You go try to do some homework and your stomach growling. Let your job tell you can't have no lunch break. Let it be the last thing you ate was what you ate on your job. Some of y'all can't even do fasting. If your pastor tell you to fast at 3 o'clock every day, you're going to think the Lord walked on your foot. We have hungry children. Yeah, you have hungry children every day. And yes, we care about their homework, but we don't care about their homework over their well-being. Now, there's a lot of teachers that ain't going to want to do it, but they could dedicate themselves to back in the day, especially black people, we used to have good teachers. They donate tutoring and everything because they want to see us make it. But talking about they'll turn those book bags in quick, but not their homework, doggone Skippy, and they should. And that's all I got to say on that. She ain't going to take none of my energy, not today. Because that's a person that ain't going to help nobody anyway. I'm glad they know how to return it back. All educators are not right. I'm going to tell y'all what I know. Some people are not good teachers because they don't like kids. They're there. Some people became teachers because they get the summers off. They get midterm breaks. They get spring break. They got good benefits. But not all teachers like kids. And not all teachers have kids. So the education system is broken because we can't stop somebody that don't like kids from becoming a teacher if they get the certification and the requirements. But not all teachers like kids. And some teachers are so mean, the kid can't even receive from them because they're more scared of them. And instead of going and getting them help, some teachers are going at teacher's lounge. And they'll get together in that teacher's lounge. I know. I used to be in the teacher's lounge. And they'll talk about how their child stinks. And how smelly that child is. They do all they talking. But you don't want to follow some teachers home either. They butts lazy. They house nasty. You be like, well, she teaching, she grading the papers, but she sleeping on top of the papers. They kids showing out at home. They got a degree. And they good teachers. But their situation's not no better. And then some of them just be so dogmatic. You hate to see them coming. They find negative in everything. They talk about kids, each other, the superintendent. Some of them got pull and weight, favoritism. Some teachers will say, I'm going to get your classroom. I ain't get this classroom. I ain't coming back next year. Depending on where you teach. And then you're going to talk to some kids in the kind of way. Some teachers be dangerous. You're talking to them rougher than their mama do. You better think that child is used to you talking to them like that. Let the Bible speak about gossip. It speak about a lot of things. Don't just speak about gossip. Speak about a whole lot of stuff. Whole mongering and everything. Can't just speak about what you want to speak about. Yeah, that's what they... Some of them, you when you follow them home, you don't want them to bring your cupcake. But they dogging them kids out. And all teachers don't get along. Some teachers say they got friends that's gonna get out. They be trying to get you messed up so their friends can get that position. Sometimes you got crooked principals. Sometimes you got a crooked governor that ain't using the money that the state is getting. Some areas, they don't care how well the kids teach. Some teachers want test scores more than they want to teach the kids. So they get caught cheating on test scores. They be doing the testing for the kids. They be giving them the answers. Their child ain't learned nothing and finna graduate. You have to watch it. Some of them like young boys, especially them. You got to watch those teachers that come right out of college and they 21 years old and they're in high school, teaching high school. And a boy in high school, 19 years old, they gonna want to talk to him. All right, y'all. I'm so glad we had this time together. I'm going to clean my kitchen. But you know, I was not talking about nobody but kids. That lady got on that. I ain't trying to dog nobody out. So, yes, Stacey, I asked you to send me your phone number if you didn't mind. I asked you to send me, I responded back to your email. At least I thought I sent it and I asked you, did you mind giving me your phone number? But it probably went like, send me your number. Oh, okay. What you say? Need more. This is sad, but true information. It's true. And even down to me. People are trying to dog me out and pick at me. But I'm not even where I used to be. People want to dog you for your health conditions and everything. Yeah, you can put too much oil in the salmon. I didn't even have to drain my salmon. I only cook them with a little bit of oil. But some people won't give you the light of day because they're really jealous because their lives did not go the way they wanted it. They're just not going to give you the light of day. So, hey, so to me, to sit here and go back and forth, there is good and bad in every profession. There was a black lady, and I'm finna let y'all go. I'm gonna tell y'all this story. There was a black lady in Atlanta, and she did building and coding, and she would go pick up the minutes for the doctors and record the minutes from the doctor. And she recorded the minutes from the doctor. And one day she was listening to the doctor's minutes. And he said he was talking while he was recording. And some kind of way he was in a conversation with another doctor. And he called the patient a nigger. He did. And he indicated that she lived a good life. And he talked so bad. The lady took the information to the WSB News, Channel 2 in Atlanta. They reported it. Then she filed a lawsuit because this man shouldn't be operating on black people if you calling them a nasty word and saying they done lived long enough. The long and the short of it was, she won the case. But how many people had this doctor that was racist working on us that really didn't care how our outcome was? Sometimes you're just at the right place at the right time. That's just all it is. It's no different than that young lady and her husband. And it was a black doctor. Black people do stuff too. Oh, hold up, wait a minute. She went in to have her baby. And she was a diabetic. She went in to have her baby in Atlanta hospital. And the doctor performed and told her she had to have a cesarean because she was a diabetic, so she had to be there on a certain date at a certain time. The doctor cut the baby's neck. The black female doctor delivering the baby cut the baby's neck. She told the parents the baby came out with the neck severed. And she would put the head together and wrap the baby up tight, but she didn't want them to see the baby like that. She recommended that they go ahead. You don't believe me? Look it up. It just happened that she recommended that they cremate the baby. But the father and the mother wanted to have a funeral. So they almost got away. The doctor, the hospital that she worked at, and the medical examiner who tells you if somebody's dead or alive. The coroner. Because the coroner should have been able to see them. Guess who found out what the woman did? The funeral home. The funeral home called the police department, told the police department they had decapitated this baby. That this baby's head was cut off. It was cut off. And they did not have a criminal report with it. And the police came to the funeral home. And the police, the funeral home, honey, let me tell you, see, all things work together. The funeral home, what they knows itself, and y'all know we need them, and them the last people we want to pay. The funeral home people contacted the police department and told them, we have a decapitated baby up here. And y'all need to come. They then talked to the parents and wanted to know what happened to the baby. The parents said the doctor said the baby was born that way. But the baby wasn't born that way. So, I don't know if his son went to court or not. Because of you, Janelle, right? Because of you. That's why it's so much. Because we ain't even talking about that. That's why. So, they found the doctor incompetent. The doctor is supposed to be going to trial. She's going to lose. It's a black lady. She's going to lose her license to ever practice medical again. But now how much time are they going to see this as a murder because she tried to cover it up? I don't know. You see what I'm saying? It happened either the beginning of this year or close to the end of last year. The couple was young. They were like 21 and something. Now, they could probably have some more kids. Now, keep in mind, how you get your money sometimes is dangerous. Now, they'll probably be rich. I'm sure they're going to be rich. It was sometime the end of last year, the beginning of this year. I can't remember. I'm sure they're going to be rich. But don't nobody want that kind of money. Don't nobody want that kind of money. Now, the question is, we don't even know. The lady, she had bad diabetes from what they said on the news. We don't know if she can get pregnant again. We don't know if that was her final and only time that she would be able to bear children. I don't know. But she tried to cover it up. And they don't understand how the coroner or nobody didn't know. And it took the funeral home people. I don't know. I'm so glad we had this time together. I'm tired. I need to go take some medicine and sweep my floor. I'm so glad. Because see, what I keep telling y'all. No, she wasn't mixed diagnosed. Doctor could have mixed diagnosed her diabetes. No, Deborah Israel. It clearly said, the doctor said she knew she was a bad diabetic. That's why she scheduled her to have a cesarean. The doctor went in too deep and cut the baby's neck in the cesarean. I think it was last year sometime. I want to think it was last year sometimes. For some reason. Because I remember saying, all money ain't good money. And my heart went out to them because they were young. Lady J. Edwards just said it was August 9th of 2023. Yeah, it ain't even been a year. Last year. It was all on the news. And people will cover up for you. Yeah. So, you know, how they going to put their life back together, I don't know. Millions of dollars ain't going to help it because she going to always remember how she got that money. She lost her baby. So, I don't know. I just know I'm a little tired. And I need to sweep my floor. I didn't clean my kitchen. Y'all help me clean my kitchen. I got to put my little dishes up. But my house is clean and the kitchen is clean. What did you say? But I'll go to assist the doctor knew she did that too. I don't know who I'll get in charge, Ann Griffin. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't know if they've ever went to court yet. Too much pressure prior to the baby's neck. But it said it was cut. It said the baby's neck was cut too. I don't know. All I know is that it's got to go to court if it hadn't. And sometimes the court system take a minute. But she won't be able to practice no medicine no more. And they're going to try to get her. I know they said the coroner They said the hospital that she had affiliation with. I know they're going for all those. Not anybody else, because really only the coroner can pronounce you dead. And if the doctor was the one to deliver, it don't matter who all was standing in the room. You know, they're not doctors. So if she comes and tells them, we don't know how much of what they did or didn't see. I don't know if she's going to have to go to prison. I don't know all of that. Now, I ain't going to lie, I don't know all that. But now, you can't just sit around here and blame everybody in the room. Because, you know, if you ever been in a surgical room, you know, some of the people that's in there can't see what's going on underneath the cover. So I don't know. Man, that's something I can't answer right there. Oh, Cherie, don't be bragging. Cherie says she down to her last 2 pieces of heavenly pound cake to eat with ice cream. Ooh, I ain't even got, I do got some. Everyone, I don't think everyone would be negligent. I can't see that. But I think every time they look at the money and how their life is, a baby that she never got to know, but she carried what she birthed. What'd you say? I don't know why my messages just have a number and not a name. Francis Battles. I don't know. Yeah, that's what they said. That's what somebody just wrote it too. Miss Catherine Neely said, I heard the nurse wrap that baby in a blanket and held it tight. I came in late. Y'all have said this. I think everyone that assisted could see except for the anesthesiologist. Y'all could be right. You know, I don't have a case on it. But it happened. And it's like, I haven't heard anything else. But like, y'all got factual points. I don't have a rebuttal against nothing you're saying. The coroner should be charged because the coroner is the only one that can say you're dead. Deborah Israel. Based on what I'm going to be quiet, but sometimes in cases, when you're dealing with child abuse or anything, that coroner is the one that's going to do that autopsy. Have one sent off for you to get done, rather. They're the only one can pronounce you dead based on findings. Based on findings. No police can tell you nothing. They're not supposed to. So, if that coroner looked at that baby, it should have been able to see what the funeral home director saw. Because the coroner, he's the one that does the official pronouncing dead, the death certificate and all that, the cause of death and all of that. So why would he not be involved? I mean, that's how I see it. I don't know. I'm not in the medical field. Oh yeah, I miss him. I see the coroner covered it up too. I'm gonna say it like this, Miss Deborah Israel. If the funeral home is the one that reported it, if they saw it, you don't think the coroner saw it? Time for me to go and take some medicine. Yeah. Walk on around here. Time for me to get on out of here. I'm so glad we had this time together. He gives the official day. He does. gives the official report. I don't know how else you get around it. Ooh-wee. It's gonna be something else. I just know somebody gonna pay. Somebody gotta pay the piper. I hope y'all enjoyed me today. Hold on, y'all. All right. I'm so glad we had this time together. I'm sweeping. I'm so glad we had this time together. Oh, I was supposed to sing y'all a song. Well, I recorded it. Just to have a laugh and sing a song. See, we just got started. And before you know it, come time, Mom Trace gotta say so long. I love y'all, and I'm gonna see y'all, Lord willing, tomorrow, honeybees.